What's going on, everybody? It's Crypto Vision here, back again with another crypto market update. Today's video, we're going to be checking out XRP, some say the king of the alts. So hit that like button, subscribe for more, leave a comment where you're tuning in from. I really appreciate it. So I'm actually going to zoom back out to the daily. And boy, did we have a liquidation event. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. All right, I can get rid of this. So on the daily, right, we have a, definitely three-wave shape so far. Three-wave shape. Um, this low right here, this 26975, actually matches up with this low 26975. So I don't actually believe that this. I don't think this is the low. Nope. Sorry to say it, but I don't. We were expecting lower prices. We'll get into that on the 4-hour chart. We were expecting lower prices, but not. I wasn't expecting, flash crash liquidation event, but still expecting lower prices overall. If you have a plan, if you stick to your plan, if you plan on DCAing, not a financial advisor, not financial advice, but times like these may provide an opportunity to do so. So we are still. None of our EMAs have crossed yet, but this is postured to cross below the 50. The last time we did that on XRP was down through here. All right, we had like a little drop, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. You drop what, an additional 3 to 4%. I don't think that's enough. That's not enough to take us down. No. So we'll see. We'll see what we do with that. And overall, though, this does look like a bullish hammer. But just the fact that we have two equal lows, all right, it's just prime for the taking, right? And so let's get into some levels. Pardon me. See kind of where we are and where we're going, right? Where we are, where we're going. Right now, from this overall just low to high, we're below the 618. Just below the 618. We actually came up right to the 618. Not a great look, right? And honestly, just not the best of looks. So let's see where we came down from this A wave. This A wave, we've come down. We tried to get down to this 2272, so not as violent, right? 2618s are like, that's violent correction, but it's still pretty violent, right? It's still pretty violent. Let's see what this right here, just to this B wave, yeah, okay. And then for now, where we're at, I mean, depending on where I don't think we go any higher than that. Right, some lower prices that we could see. Pardon me, this 1272, 1618. It would be ideal, right, if market makers are trying to scare everybody, right? If they're trying to get everyone out of the market, it'd probably be a good idea for them to wick down below the 200, because then that would get everyone really bearish, right? If you wick down below the 200, or even get down below the 200, you'd look like this, right? Something like this. You'd look like this. And it kind of had your, but I mean that is a longer correction than what we've seen so far. I mean, I guess if you consider it, not really, but we did have that one liquidation event that did take out all the lows. So, yeah, so we had a higher low here. You can even consider these like this. You can consider this a higher low, even though I know it's equal lows. I know it's equal lows, right? You don't have to tell me, but market makers, that's an easy level to clear out, and now they know, right? So now they know, right? They cleared out anything through here. They cleared out anything through here. But if people, longed from here last time and it went up, right? I guarantee you a lot of leverage was open up around this area, right? And it's gone up, got sucked up. So they know they have a band of liquidity sitting down through here, and whatever is closer usually gets wiped out. So we'll see. So those are some levels. So those are some levels to watch for now, right? As long as we stay, I'll say like stay above this 382, then we're good. Once we start getting below the 382, then you're like, okay, you're probably in some trouble. probably in some trouble, right? So this 281, once we start, if we get down below through here like this, because then you're gonna, the reason why it's so deadly to get down below your 382 is because when you come up and there's a possibility to reject here, and then you're gonna go down like that. So those are some levels, right? Some levels. I can even put that red too, just because that's, I don't think that's, you know, an area that we can go to, but if we come up, I'll leave it yellow. I'll leave it yellow. So yeah, so there we go. So I do think we need one more wave, if I'm being honest. This is an overall 3-wave move, which is what you like to see, but on the micro, right, we're going to actually zoom in to the 4-hour. You'll see that we're kind of in a 4th wave to the downside. Yeah, this RSI, it looks meh. You know, you're still getting lower lows. Okay, you got lower highs. So where do we bounce? We didn't bounce from anywhere like significant. Where do we bounce from? I guess. We'll throw that on here. Let's look. Down through here though, before your moves, right? You got a little bit lower. You see how you got a little bit lower? And then before this big move in November, you got a little bit lower. So I do think we go just a little bit below this. Something like, right? Because I just don't see this being done yet. I just don't. It's like a little relief rally, come up, come down, and then go up. Something like that. Something like that. So we'll keep an eye on that. In terms of the 4-hour chart, this is kind of what I'm talking about. So I've already kind of been looking through things. I just want to make sure that this is this. I just want to keep this on the daily. It's already a lot going on. So we do have, you know, we have this ascending triangle, super bearish, right? You come down 1 touch point, 2 touch points, typically on the 3rd one. All right, so we're right here. So we got 1, we got 2. Typically on this next one, up through here, right? This 290 area. We did have this area marked down where we thought we could go. We kind of had a pit stop right here, and then everything tanked right after that. So a lot of people probably had, you know, stop losses right there, things like that, and they just got liquidated, right? Cascade event. So yeah, so we're looking for this to bounce off and then come down, right? Where are some actual levels that we have on the daily? We have 264, 258, right? 264, 258. Does that correlate with anything from this move? Yeah, 264 is at 1272, 258 is at 1618. So somewhere in between here, right? Somewhere in between this 264 to 258. This says 2597, right? Potato. So we'll be tracking that. We can get rid of this because, right? And then once these are all done, we can actually get rid of this as well. And I'll add these down through here. We can add some levels to the upside that we need to get above. I just don't know the lows yet, so I don't quite know the levels, so these will change up through here. These should change a little bit. Right, if we do expect to come down here, right, these, I mean, they'll just drop down just a little bit more. We did get up above these, so that they might remain, but I'll go through and I'll change all this stuff up. So for now, right, we're looking lower. We've been looking lower. I didn't, you know, we were talking about completing our 1-2 setup. Right, this, I know it's a wick, right? Remember, right? Every channel is different. I don't really count wicks like this. I count closes, and right, we have, I mean, if we want to be honest, right? Where's our 1-2? We came right. I mean, our 1-2 is like right here. Can't overlap, and yeah, I mean, it's at 279. So I mean, it's right there. I mean, it's so close to just invalidating everything. So you close below. You start closing below 279. It's like, okay, you got, right? We got to work on another whole setup. That means this whole setup would be invalidated. All right. So you know, it's hard to say right now what what exactly, you know, if we're gonna close down below here, if it's gonna be another like wicking event and then you come right back up, right? Come right back up and kind of do that, right? Something like that. So yeah, so overall right now, this 4-hour vol, we did get oversold. I do want to see how oversold, just relative to other areas. This June, we got oversold in this June area. That did mark our low. That marked our low. We got oversold through here. Marked our low, right? Marked our actual low, like the low of everything, right? We still had a higher low up through here. So, right, there's some mixed signals right now. Right, we still had to build another 1-2 after that. So, right, I'm like I kind of want to take like this, because that's the low. This is another low. I don't want to take this bars pattern. I just want to see, you know. That is a fairly large. Let's move this to the 2-hour. Let's do that. Let's take a bars pattern. Something like this. Whoa. 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 I do want to see something like. That'd put you in December. Yeah, that's not an equal spot. Something like this possibly, but there's no setup. Maybe the setup through here like this, right? The setup like this seems a little better, but this isn't. See, it's not apples to apples, because right, we broke this low. I guess you did break these lows right through here, so it could be right. Something like right there. Cool. Something like through here. Yeah, something like that. See, just, you know, it just takes a try on error, right? Try on error. Okay. So as you can see, let me just try to line it up. Okay, we're kind of actually doing something very similar to this section. Right, this section right here. This section right there. That's what we're looking at. Okay. So let's go ahead and dive in just a little bit. Okay. All right, what did we do after this? All right, what did we do? So we came down. You know, in a oscillating move. We came down in an oscillating move, right? And then we kind of came up in like almost like a B wave, right? Almost like a B wave, and then we slammed down. Didn't set, right? This low was taken by this low, right? So we worked our way up, and then low was taken, right? I'm kind of just looking at the structure can be different, but I want to see the trend, right? How are the lows taken? How, you know, what constitutes as the highs, right? So the low was taken, right? You came up, and then you set another like a higher low, right? You set a higher low right there, higher low, and then right, then you slam down and you take out every low. You slam down and you take out every low, right? And then you started making up some, you know, you had to reset. This looks like a reset, right? This does look like a reset. This is on the 4-hour, but it does look like you come up in like a 1-2, and maybe like another 1-2, and you're kind of just going sideways, right? You're not really doing much. You do have a reset, but the one thing you are doing is making higher lows, right? Not even higher highs, because you had a higher high right here, lower high, higher high. So as long as you're making the higher lows, then that's something I kind of want to look for, just moving forward. So let me get rid of all this chicken scratch. So right now, that's kind of what XRP looks like we're doing. The only difference is this looks like it wants lower, right? This difference is, right, you kind of have this come down. You kind of came up a little bit, then you came down and took out that low, right? I know it's taken a lot longer, right? This was just one candle or 1 4-hour block, but in general, I mean, it looks right, because you got what you got here is you got like your ABC, right? You got 5, you got 3, and you got 1 2 3. Okay, this looks like your 4th, and then it looks like you want to come down and get a 5th. That's my reasoning for thinking lower. That's my reasoning. So that's what I got for XRP. Right, lower for the short term. Long term still looks good. Long term still looks really good, right? Long term, I mean, still above all your EMAs. You're flagging out. You're flagging out. Right? Sometimes you do got to zoom out. Sometimes you do got to zoom out, right? Sometimes you really do. I mean, look at that. It would be nice to not close like on a weekly below this. Like on a weekly, just stay above this on the weekly, and you're just flagging out. This is just a bullish pennant, right? You've come up, so usually 3 touches, right? So you got 1, you've come down, 2, down. The next one should be up. That's what it should be, right? We were kind of expecting it to be here. Oh shoot! All right, a lot of we were kind of going counterintuitive to FOMC. Right, everything looked good, especially to stablecoin dominance. We were expecting, you came down, you came up, you came down, and then this 3rd one, you just got a little fake out, but it's all good. Everything's still intact. You're still above all your EMAs, right? It is red on the weekly, but I mean, what do you expect after an event like this? It is bullish. I mean, that candle is bullish, right? You've came down and then you just looks like a bullish hammer. It really does. Looks like a bullish hammer. I kind of want to see if we had any of those. We did have one, and we tried to break out. Right? We tried to break out after that. That's not as. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. Not like this. This thing looks beautiful, but the week isn't over yet. The week is not over yet, so we'll see. We'll see. So that's what I got for XRP. Right. That's what I got for XRP. Right. Short-term bearish. Corrective, right? Not bearish. I don't want to use the term bearish, but short-term bearish. Long-term, breaking out once we break out of this zone, right? Once we break out of this zone. So if you liked the video, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more. Leave a comment where you're tuning in from. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it a lot. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Peace.